there's a new exhibit at the Hampton History Museum. It's called, let me make sure I get this right here, Teetotalers, did I get it right? Am I close?
Teetotalers.
Teetotalers. I knew I was going to mess it up. Teetotalers and Moonshiners and Hampton's Prohibition history. It explores Hampton's long history with alcohol. There are so many stories here. Hopefully we can get to a few of them in the next few minutes. We're going to talk now to Lucy Cochran and Willow Pell, and we thank you both for being here. This is so interesting because there's so many fascinating stories that go along with this exhibit. But first, let's just get a general overview. What exactly are we talking about here?
Well, it's the story of alcohol and its impact on our community. I think a lot of people don't realize that from colonization, we had a lot of alcohol. Basically, our economy was significantly involved with alcohol, even our social life, and they drank a prodigious amount of alcohol from early colonial period. But as our world changed, people got concerned about how much alcohol was being taken in, and that's when you saw the Prohibition come into play. But for this, it is a wonderful opportunity, this exhibit, it's a wonderful opportunity for us to work with the Library of Virginia and a wonderful partner with Old Point National Bank. So we have created this great exhibit that shows the picture from the Virginia state story, but Hampton has such an amazing local story. And Willow will tell us all about that.
Yeah, I want to ask about that for sure, because a lot of people hear Prohibition and they think like the sensational stories, right? So can you kind of talk about what people will learn here and if we do have some sensational stories ourselves?
Yeah, so you see a lot of things about Prohibition, about like gangsters, New York, Chicago, those big cities, but here in Hampton and the local area, we had a little bit of that as well, but it's not quite in the flashy same sort of way, but there's still stories about corruption and the ways that the law was leveraged against different groups of people in different ways. And so some of those stories are things that we go into, but alcohol touches, as you mentioned, on a lot of aspects of life, and so when it goes away, there's a lot that changes.
Now, I don't want to, give away the exhibit because we want people to come and see for themselves, but give us like one fascinating story that you found.
Well, one of the more fascinating stories that we uncovered was the story of the racial disparity and the enforcement of alcohol laws. A lot of people don't think about that as an aspect of the story, but many black businesses were closed much more aggressively than white businesses, and in the cracking down on moonshiners and bootleggers, it was a lot against the black community as well. So that's just one of those stories that we delve into that was very fascinating to find out about.
I was going to say, I mean, I think that's one of those things that people don't even realize is tied to Prohibition necessarily. Of course, we hear so many Black History Month stories, and obviously Black history is important all year long, but then you go to this exhibit and you start to tie the pieces together, and you learn so much about this area as well. I know we were talking so much about separating from, state and national history, but also the ties as well, because it all kind of comes back together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For us, it was important to kind of show the story on the macro level, but really how each community is unique. And yet at the same time, we feel our story in Hampton is really kind of the American story as well. And it really shows that picture of both the broad and the local.
So there's a lot to learn here, and of course we don't have the time to cover it here today, but let us know how long this exhibit is going to be, where people can go to get more information.
Well, please go to our website at hamptonhistorymuseum.org, and also we have a wonderful long run, because this has been such a popular exhibit already, and it'll be running till next January.
Okay, well that's good, because I'm sure people will need to come maybe 3 or 4 times just to take everything in. So make sure you head to that website, get more information. So much to learn here, so much history, so many fascinating stories happening right here in our own backyard. Lucy, Willow, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Awesome. We'll be right back.